Hello, my good friends, ladies and gentlemen, my dear audiences. Welcome to the show. Check Show on East West with G&E TV. East West is a program that covers all aspects of life. As long as your stuff is positive, better be positive because we have enough negative stuffs already. We have fingers pointed, we have names called, we have complaints filed, or get over and over and over again. So that those negative stuff. With this show, please let them take a break themselves. And we're talking about only the positive stuff. To enhance the positive side of life, though, in life, do we or do we not realize that there are helps available? Sometimes when you start a business, especially when you start a small business, of course, by the way, when everybody starts a business, they start a business small, right? Now, do we have any help? Can you get any help? Is there any help available? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. So, to bring you the subject, I have two great gentlemen joining me today in the show. And first, I'd like to introduce Mr. Joshua Yoon.
Thank you, Jack, for putting me to the show.
All right. He's the director of the SCCGP program under the MBDA, and we'll later explain what exactly everything is, right? And also we have Mr. Dan Sieu, of a CEO of SCCGP.
Hi, Jack, and thank you for having us here today.
To both of you, welcome to my show. I'm excited as long as money is mentioned. In terms of money, though, when you talk about big money, there are big money. When you talk about small money, small money. But the thing is that we really have to obey the rules, the rules of the game. All right. So, first, let's bring some understanding about the MBDA, Minority Business
Development
Agency.
Yes.
Okay, give me, my audience, some understanding about it, please.
Well, I'll let Dan to explain about MBDA.
All right,
Will
Dan,
do.
please.
MBDA is a department under the department, or agency under the Department of Commerce, Minority Business Development Agency.
I see.
And we are contracted with the Department of Commerce to assist businesses in accessing financing, accessing equity, contracts, making strategic partnerships so they can grow and hopefully hire more employees.
I see.
So
first, let's see what kind of assistance that at the center, at the Department of Labor, that offers in terms of the MBDA.
The different, we really do a lot of business consulting, and it really depends on what the client is looking for and what their needs are. It can be from very simple as matchmaking with a strategic partner, or even possibly getting a large construction loan for a development, something of that nature.
I see. So, well, what's your part in the SCCGP as a sub-organization, am I right?
Yes.
Of the MBDA.
Yeah, before I explain what I do with the SCGP and MBDA Riverside Business Center, I'd like to add to more to Dan's comment. Minority Business Development Agency, which we just celebrated for our 45th anniversary this year,
I see.
was created back in 1972 to really help the minority business enterprise in the United States. Back then, as you know, back in early 70s, even though we have gained a significant improvement in terms of a political and social aspect, in terms of a business, we are not as close to what we wanted to be.
All right.
So the government basically created an MBDA to help the minority business agency, minority business communities. And in fact, it is the only agency within the United States government that helps specifically target the minority community in the United States.
I see.
I guess one of the things that our biggest the activity that all MBDA families and the business and nationwide is doing is with the government contracting. As you know, United States government is the largest buyer in the world. We spend $550 billion per year.
Employers in the world, yes.
As our Congressman Judy Chu pointed out, unfortunately, less than 1% of all this government contract is given to Asian American communities, which is far less than what we should be deserved in terms of our population percentage-wise. Yes. So basically, our job is to really help assist minority business, especially us being Asian American.
I see.
Asian American to be really get access to contract with the government. Could be state or any counties, any kind of municipalities, and that's pretty much what we do out there.
I see.
In addition to other aspect, which is basically connecting people to people or connecting business to business.
I see.
To grow their business, and in fact, hire more people. So we're in the business of job employment.
I see, I see. To get to the detail though, is it in a structure more or less like here's the budget, I want you to create like say XYZ number of job opportunities, go do your job. Is it something like that? Or is it something, here's a project, I want you to look for a contractor from me? Is that, which is the way that more or less sounds like what I described? I mean, how does it work exactly? Does the government say, here's the budget, right, for $4 million, for example, for this year? Okay, go spend it for the purpose of aiding small business. Or the government says, here's the contract, I want you to look for contractors for me.
Actually, when we applied for the contract, we told the government we project that we will help create so many jobs per year, help businesses access capital for so many million per year, and then different businesses get land contracts of another, in this case, 60, 70 million per year. So we proposed these goals to the government, and based on what we were proposing, they approved us to go ahead and administer that. So that's kind of how it works with MBDA. And because of our location dealing with Asia, we wanted to also show the rest of the nation that how big a force the Chinese community, the Asian community is in helping our economy, not only in creating jobs, but creating wealth for others and giving people a source of livelihood, which is basically creating jobs and happy lives.
I see. So it's kind of easy to understand from an overall concept, but to get to the point though, it's kind of a little harder. For example, let's do it this way. If I'm a manufacturer of screwdrivers, I do all kinds of screwdrivers, and I call you, I say, Joshua, can you look for a contract for me? I can produce as much. And can you help me in this case?
Yes, we do, and that's exactly what we do. In fact, we love to help the manufacturers over service sectors.
All right, all right.
For the fact that the manufacturing is what United States really needs to bring the employment and therefore helping the community overall.
All right.
One of the very first things that we do is a lot of times we'll get engaged and basically be the advisor or consultant,
all right,
to guide them to really hold their hands to really grow the company. Unfortunately, you have to understand that we're a very small agency with a big mission to fill.
Oh yeah, of course.
So
that's why I'm asking this many questions.
So there are many businesses out there that needs our help. Unfortunately, because we're again small agency, we can be a little more selective.
But your boss is the whole Department of Labor, right?
Yeah,
Department of
Commerce.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a big boss, yeah. He call the big boss and gets the solution, and you are the contact anyway.
Well, in case we are to run into problem, then we know who to go to, which is our boss, and if our boss, which is the national director MBDA, we just had a new national director, Castillos. Alejandro Castillo,
Castillo.
new deputy acting directors. And then if she to run into problem, then she can always go to Department of Commerce, Secretary of Commerce.
I see.
Yeah.
I
And
see.
then eventually go to the President Obama.
All right.
But we have, I don't think we have ever used the case.
The president?
President. But there's a lot of things that we can help in both small business, also medium-sized business, and large business as well. Because sometimes these large enterprise, such as, for example, Sriracha chili sauce company, they have a lot of money, they have all the resources, but sometimes they may run into issue with the government or the regulations.
All right. All right. Yeah. Let's take a short moment now. When we come back, probably we should focus on ourselves. For example, assuming you yourself as a manufacturer and you need some help, you might need some help, several help. In which aspect can you be helped and how? Let's find those in details. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.